me está gustando más de lo normal. Todos mis sentidos van pidiendo más. Estoy que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Despacio.
Hi guys, how are you all doing? This is another one of my Halloween videos. Today I am doing a Beetlejuice inspired look. Obviously I don't have green hair, I apologise. I have wanted to do a Beetlejuice look for last year and I didn't get around to it, and ever since then obviously my arty vibes have never crossed paths with Beetlejuice. Well, now is my time to shine. So this one is a Beetlejuice and pop art collaboration. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video and see you in a bit. I'm not naked, I'm wearing a strapless top. There are people in my house, so if you hear noises, it's just people being noisy and just shut up. Okay, so I'm going to start out by doing my usual face routine. That's starting off with my primer. And as you can see, my skin is suffering a little bit at the moment, so I'm taking some anti-redness concealer and covering those. And next up is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Snow, and then I'm going to go over my spots that I can still see with my Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, and I'm just going to pat that in with my finger. Next, I set all of that foundation with my MAC powder in Light Plus, and then follow that up with bronzer from also MAC that are both nearly finished. As you can see, I don't have too much facial structure, so I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and just contour those cheekbones in. So my skin makeup is finished. I'm then going to whack in some contacts to really get this Halloween vibe going. I get my contacts from a local party store. This is actually called Partika. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Partika. They get their contacts from a company called Mesmerize, and I know you can get these online. The ones in particular I'm wearing today, well, will be wearing, are called Manson. They do give you a solution also from Mesmerize with a little box, this little box, for your contacts. These are 3 months long contacts, so they last for 3 months, which is great. When you take them out of the little packet, they come in a solution packet anyway. I just rinse them under water in my hands, and then I rinse them through this, put some of the solution in the pot, and then plop the contacts in that pot to just rinse for a bit. So I'm gonna go wash my hands quickly, and then I'll come and show you how I do it. Okay. Oh, a problem with contacts is if you have any of those little pieces of invisible fur or like dust or anything in your fingers, if that gets underneath the contact, your eye is in trouble and that's gonna hurt. So I just place it on my knuckle, like so, making sure it's really not squished too much onto it. Pull down your eye and try not to blink. Ta-da! I have missed contacts. My eye is like, I don't miss contacts. Oh, wasn't that tricky at all. So for the whole eye makeup of this tutorial, I'm going to be using the 35B palette from Morphe, but to start off with, I'm taking my Painterly Paint Pot from MAC and just priming my lids. Girl, you need to get those eyebrows done. Then taking the 4 or 5 purple shades on that palette, I'm going to be mixing those together and just putting them pretty messily over my lid. You want this to be kind of a block colour because we're doing pop art, so the more obvious it can be, the better. Next up, I will be doing the liner. I'm going to use black face paint for this whole look because I find it way easier to put on and also clean up if I make a mess. So I'm just going to take that black face paint and make a wing and then carry on to attempt to cut the crease and then try and do it on the other side, and that is the hardest part, to make it as symmetrical as possible. Why is my battery pack telling me it's got low battery already? And this is where the fun starts. So you can draw on some fake pop art lashes just underneath your eye, and I leave kind of a big gap underneath so I can make my eye look as big as possible. Can you see that? Every time I blink they move and I can't see a thing. And then I'm going to take a white face paint and just colour in that gap so I can make my eye look bigger like a cartoon. Next up, I'm going to start on the pop art side, so I'm just going to draw black lines and really accentuate my features. Oh my god, it looks so cool. For the tears, I'm going to be taking multiple colours, so to start off with I'm taking a light green and just drenching my brush so that the paint can drip. After that I'm going to use a dark green followed by a purple and just using that same technique until I have finished. Then using that same shade of purple, I'm going to fill in my lips and do some black and white lines to make them look like cartoon lips. I'm going to draw like a little petticoat kind of thing on my chest in the black and white suit style that Beetlejuice does, and I want it to be done up by a little bow. So I'm going to start out by outlining the petticoat. I want this to be pretty symmetrical, so you can take your time on that. And then I'm just going to draw out some rough lines for the pinstripes. Then taking my black, this is pretty tedious and it takes kind of a long time, but it is worth it, I promise. And then I make a bow just using the simple bow shape that you find using black and follow up with white to get some depth. And then as you can see, my favourite technique is finger painting. So I'm just going to take the opposite colour and blend that through with my finger to give the petticoat a bit of movement. So I'm going to take this flat smudger brush with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette with this brown colour here, as this is going to really make it look like we've got some shade going on, and just run this along the edge. If you want to make it a bit more 3D, feel free to use black where it's closer to the petticoat. And next up, I'm taking my lashes in 128 and just literally plopping them on. These are so easy to put on because the band is super flexible, and just covering my eye once those are on with some mascara. So I did buy this thing, okay? So I went into a random little store, this random little party store. I have got purple hair, and I did question whether to spray paint it green for Beetlejuice purposes, but I was like, well, I've just had it coloured. I don't know whether that's gonna murder it, so I'm best not. So why don't I just get something green to hint at the Beetlejuice vibe. So I bought this. How does this work? Does that go through like that? Oh, that's clever. Right, this is a bit of a DIY sesh. So it's like a hairband, but, oh, there we go. Oh, that is bloody genius. So then you can move it to like one side, or you can have it top, and you've got a little green veil. Ideal. Oh, I'm loving that. No, I'm not. Then we fold a little bit under. Lo and behold, we have half a veil. Oh my good God. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this is useful. I know Beetlejuice doesn't have blue hair, but you can just use your imagination. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up, a subscribe, do what you gotta do. There'll be another video out tomorrow, so do keep an eye out, and if you hit my subscribe button, you'll get a notification when I posted. So again, thank you, and I will see you later. Bye!